There he is. Oh, yeah. That's a little bit better one. Might have put him in live well. It's a good crappie, about 11 inches. Same thing happened again as before. Right up under the water, it was a stump sticking up off the bottom, and I just pitched out past the stump, let the bait fall right past the stump, and the fish come right up and bit. So what is happening, people? Hey, we back at the lake today to do some crappie fishing. The day is April the 3rd. It is in the afternoon. This is Easter weekend. Happy Easter to everyone out there. I must apologize. I did not make it to Kerr this week. Thursday, Friday, both days. I was actually off. The wind blew 25 miles per hour and it was very cold. So I elected to do some yard work, get the yard mowed, do some landscaping, trim bushes, and utilize that time around the house. So when it got nice like this, hey, boom, I can go fishing. So I'm back at my home lake, Hyco Lake, and I'm back in the upper end. Zach and I were here last weekend, caught a few nice crappie up here, but we're here in the morning. And as a rule of thumb, March, early April, many times I've found that the crappie bite is much better in the afternoon. And several weeks ago, when I left like at 2 o'clock, the crappie bite had actually turned on, and that's happened year after year. So I had this afternoon kind of free, so I come down to the lake, turn the video for you guys. And hey, if you're new to this channel and you're watching this video for the first time, I crappie fish year round. So if you're following me, my videos, if you like and subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell so you don't miss an episode of Wildlife Adventures. I'm gonna be fishing, and I'll be fishing during those transitions: pre-spawn, post-spawn, summer, fall, the fall transition into the winter. And each year and each time I go fishing, I learn something new. Just about every time I'm at the lake, I either find a new spot, find a pocket I've never found fish at, find a lure that they keying in on, and I share that information with this channel. And so if you like what you see today, hey, please subscribe to the channel. So let me show you real quick kind of where we're fishing at again today. I'm going to concentrate mainly in this very upper end creek where we can find some 5 to 8 feet of water very close to some shallow spawning flats. There he is. A little small crappie. You know, he's a keeper. He's probably 10 inches. So I'm in this creek channel, and I'm pretty far up the creek. And I'm in about 6 feet of water, and I'm just scanning out in front of me, and the water temperature's down to 53. It was 61 degrees up here last week. So the water's dropped down, so the fish have actually backed off the bank. And I fished up against the bank some, but you know, I haven't seen any crappies or caught any up there. And that fish right there I just caught was right beside of a stump out here in about 6 feet of water on this flat. Now out behind me, this water is probably 2 feet deep over there, but I'm in this section here, and as you can see how steep the bank gets behind me, and so the deeper side is back over here. And so I'm just going along scanning out here in this deeper water and trying to spot a crappie out there. And I've seen a bunch of fish up here, not a lot of activity. So, hey, let's go catch another fish. Now look guys, real quick, we're gonna be fishing. That's a 16th ounce head, that ghost color. Hey, we're gonna start out with that. It's just what I tied on when I left the house. And I think that'll be productive. I have the yellow and white on, and I may put that ghost with the chartreuse tail on. We'll just see. I have some red head jigs just like these. That type of head tied on. Red and white is good. I love red and white. Well, you rarely ever see that, a crappie hit an inline spinner. Nice little crappie, about 10 inches long. Yeah, you rarely, I was up here behind me, there's a sandy flat, and of course they got white bass in this lake too, so I figured I would flip this inline spinner and never miss an opportunity to catch a fish, right? And throwing that little gold inline spinner, and boom, got bit. Don't often do that, catch crappie on those inline spinners. There he is. That's a little bit better one. Might have put him in live well. It's a good crappie, about 11 inches. Same thing happened again as before. It's right up under the water. It was a stump sticking up off the bottom, and I just pitched out past the stump, let the bait fall right past the stump, and the fish come right up and bit. I've still been pitching to this wood structure right up against the bank in the shallows, and it seems like the fish are more out here suspended. Like I said, the water temperature dropped 10 degrees in 1 week. We've had some really cold temperatures here. So I think that really had an effect on the fish. It pushed them right off the edges where that water was getting warmer, and it pushed them back here in the center of this creek. The water's about 8 feet deep, 6 to 8 feet deep up through this section here. So, hey, let's put him in the cooler. I'm seeing a bunch of crappies around some stumps in here. And I continue to swim that bait by them. I think because the water's so cold, they're not really reacting real good. So I'm actually going to change this color to a more of a shad color and see if it makes a difference. Hey, sometimes color makes all the difference in the world. I know some people really don't believe that color makes a difference, but sometimes just a subtle color change will make a big difference. So I'm going to put that Kalen's Tennessee shad on. Try that, see what happens. It's a pretty good crappie, and he just come off. Ain't it funny? You can get the little ones in, but sometimes the big ones don't come in. So, in order to find crappie on any lake, first of all, you need to check out your lake map, see where your shallow water, your deep water is, and think about the time of year you're actually fishing. And I see fishermen go fish the same places, whether it's wintertime, fall time, springtime, summertime, it doesn't matter. Sometimes in some lakes that may work. Many times around a bridge, you can catch fish there year-round, just because the structure's there, deep water, and they can They can come up, they can rise in the water column and feed and go down, and they always have structure there. That's the one exception I see. But on the majority of the lakes that you will fish, you will have a spring, summer, winter, fall pattern that you have to follow. So this being the beginning of April here in our area, this is kind of the northern Piedmont, North Carolina. And if you're within a 250-mile radius, this pattern probably is about the same. And crappie still haven't started a heavy spawn. They're right at the beginning. A lot of females are sitting off these banks, like you see behind me. They're sitting off the banks in a little bit deeper water, and they're waiting to move up. I already know we have males up on some wood structure along the bank, because we caught a lot of males last week and around some wood structure, really small fish. And they're waiting on these females to push up. And so that's what we're mainly targeting, these females. Sometimes they'll push up and get on some wood structure and sit there. So just think about, as a fisherman, when you go to the lake, what time of year it is and what these fish may be doing at that time. And we'll talk about that later on in this video. Hey guys, let's go catch a fish. Boy, he thumped that. Ooh wee. Love to feel that thump. Good crappie. He's probably 10 inches. Boom. And man, he thumped that. Again, right out behind me in the middle of this creek. There's a big stump under there. Comes up to within about 2 feet of the surface. And I'm just pitching out past it and making sure I keep the lure floated over top of it so I don't get hung in it. And then after I floated over top of it, what I've been doing is casting to the left and to the right of it, swimming the lure by. You know, I'm going to get this other camera real quick, be right back, and I'm going to put that camera on that stump so you guys can see these fish in this stump just like I can. Now we've got right much current. This water's up a little bit. You see them fish in there. I'm gonna just pan back and forth. Now, unfortunately, the wind has got behind me, and we're gonna probably wind up going right over top of this stump with this blowdown. Really don't want to do that, but I'm not gonna run a trolling motor. You can see the fish in it as we ease over the top of it. Pick that right up. Y'all might have seen that one come up. So that's a good crappie. That's the one you just seen peel off and eat that lure. There he is. Crappie, pretty good crappie. Again, that one was actually a stump. It was, well, I guess it was an old log drifted up and was sticking up in the water like that. He was laying right up against that stump. Boom. I'm not gonna keep crappie today. You see me put some in the live well, and I just put some in the live well to give me some for the thumbnail and take a picture with. Hey guys, here's 4 good fish that we caught today. I'm not keeping any fish today. We'll turn those crappies back, and this afternoon has been a good afternoon. The later in the afternoon, the better the crappie bite has gotten. Those crappie, you could swim those lures by those underwater stumps and they would come right up and bite. Not all of them. Had quite a few short hits. They thumped the lure but just didn't get it in the mouth. Hey, that's just fishing. But as I said early in the video, many times early spring, that the evening bite for me personally, and you may want to comment below, is usually better. That's why I didn't get down here until after 12 o'clock today. And it's about 4:17 now. And there's a 20 fish limit on this lake, and I easily caught my limit today in crappie. I mean, actually they're still biting now. I just caught the GoPro is dead, and I just caught 2 or 3 crappie around a old laydown right in the middle of the river. Anyway, hey, crappie are moving up. Several of those were males, as you could see how dark they were. But crappie are moving up. This really cold snap kind of set the water temperatures back about 8 or 10 degrees. But this week I think it's going to be warmer. The weather will come up, and in about 2 weeks I suspect that the crappie will be on the bank and be doing some spawning. Hey guys, we appreciate all the support that we get for this channel. I appreciate all the subscribers I've gotten lately over the last 3 or 4 months. Hey, you guys are doing fantastic. My goal when I started this channel was 10,000 subscribers. I felt like if I could get to the 10,000 mark that I would have made a successful YouTube channel. As I said earlier, if you follow this channel, I fish for crappie every month, all year long. I'm fishing somewhere at one of the lakes that are close by, and so if you follow this channel, you can kind of keep up, and I'll let you know kind of how the fish are transitioning. And like I said, each week I learn something new. Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, click the like button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss an episode of Wildlife Adventures. And as always, you remember, it's a wildlife, and I'll see you on the water.